Okay, another little problem that we're going to solve. So once again, I introduced an issue into the network. Let's see if we can figure it out. Okay, as you can see, I don't have connectivity over here, and so it is not functioning correctly. Let's go ahead and bring up a command prompt, and I'm going to ping what we're calling our internet, and in this case, it's a loopback address. So 10.241.0.3 is the address that we've been using. Can't reach it, not a surprise. Okay, so what can I reach? I'm gonna ping the default gateway. So I'll ping that. Oh, I can ping that, so we're good to go there. I'm going to ping the interface of the router 1. So let's ping router 1. So 10.1. Actually, it's 10.240.0.2. And we can ping, so we can ping R1. So now let's ping R2. So R2 is 2.1. So we'll ping that. We're not able to reach R2. So R2 is not working correctly. Let me go ahead and ping, that's the link right here. So that's this link right here. I try to ping that interface. Let's try to ping R1, the interface on the other side there. So ping 10.2, I'll just use the up arrow. Let's use the up arrow and say .2. So I can ping that. So there's some sort of connectivity issue between here and here. All right, since I can ping all of the interfaces on R1, but not R2, let's jump on R1 and see what's going on there. So I'm gonna jump on R1 and just see if I can ping the other side, 10.240.2.1 is the IP address. So I can ping it. So probably something with routing that's going on here. If I can ping the other interface, it's up and running, but for some reason, I'm not able to get to it. So let's go ahead and do a show IP interface brief to see what our interfaces are doing. And not surprisingly, this serial interface is up because we can ping it, so that makes sense. So nothing wrong with that. I'm going to do a show IP protocols and see OSPF is running. So we've got that running. I've got a router ID. So that looks good. I'm going to do a show IP OSPF neighbors and see what's happening with the neighbors. Well, here, this is interesting because I only have one neighbor. So I'm neighbors with the switch, the layer 3 switch, but I'm not neighbors with R2. So there's something wrong with that. I need to figure out what's going on with there. So I'm going to do a show run and take a look at my statements. So I'm going to take a look at, here's my router OSPF statements. So that all looks correct. So maybe this is on the other side. But the other thing that I'll point out here is that this interface right here, I got encapsulation PPP, we know that that's correct, but I see this IP OSPF hello interval 5. So I specify a hello interval 5, and that could be what our problem is because these need to match on both sides. So if I don't have the statement on both sides, that could be an issue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump onto the console cable of 2. I'm not sure if I've got that up right now. I'm gonna bring up my console cable, my COM cable, we'll see what I'm connected into. And not sure what we're logging into. Router 3 it looks like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this over into the console port of R2 instead. And then let's compare between this interface and the interface on the other side. I pop that into R2 console cable. We're going to log into this. So I'm going to copy this password, paste it into here. And we're on 2 console cable, copy, paste. And then I go into the enable mode. I'll need that enable password on there. So let's do that. All right, so then let's take a look at the show run. We're looking for the serial 000 interface. And I do not see the hello timer is not changed on here. So that's our problem right there, is the hello timer is different. So I could either add the statement to here, or what I'd really like to do is just simplify and take it off here. There's no reason for me to have a different one on this one than everything else. So I'm going to get into that interface S010, and then we are going to do a no command. And the last video I showed you how if you select the whole line, it creates that carriage return and it will automatically enter that in. So this time, let's just do this. And I have to then hit enter on top of that. So I made that change. Now I can do an end, and we're going to do show IP OSPF neighbor and see what happens. Oh, we've got connectivity, so that's promising. And so OSPF just needs to do its thing, and it should just be a matter of time, and we should, there it is. We see connectivity across this network. We are now good to go. So there's some troubleshooting that we did, and once again, can be really fun, but in the heat of the moment, sometimes it can be a little frustrating. So fun stuff, and thanks for joining me.